and like we'll see what happens because we're here.
Music.
Yeah, we can groove to our own music. There's no music today. That's okay. That's all right. There doesn't have to be music all the time.
No.
But we're live, and let's hang out. Let's see. Let's wait while our audience builds.
Yeah.
So you can see. Is this your first time being live?
This is. So I'm just like,
hi everybody. I'm live today. I love it so much. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, we have a bit of a beautiful audience building already, right? So we've got Rhonda, we've got Anne, we've got other people. Hey.
hi.
And then what's going to happen is that if people have questions or anything, they're going to comment down below. Awesome. But we're going to just talk. We're just going to like have a fun conversation and talk. And if anyone wants to ask us questions, they're more than welcome to. They might have to ask a few times.
Yep.
Because we might miss it.
And I can't see that.
And you can't see it.
I'm so blind.
That's okay. I can see it.
Awesome.
It's okay. All right, guys. Hey, everyone. It's Thursday night. Dr. Carlen Live. This is where we're at, and I'm here broadcasting live from The Hive. The Hive is an awesome you'd say co-working space?
It's a co-working space where a whole bunch of like independent businesses kind of come together to work together in their hive space, like a beehive. So they work together to grow and thrive and produce their delicious honey of a business. Right? So,
not to be confused with the Bay Hive. But the Beehive of London, that's where we're at. And that's where you guys are joining us live here today. And I am joined by the most wonderful and talented and beautiful Kelly McGregor, the Travelling Yogini.
Hello, hello.
Woo! Travelling Yogini.
Hi.
So Kelly is a yoga instructor.
Yep.
She's a holistic nutritionist. Holistic nutritionist.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like mind, body, spirit, everything all in one little package.
Because that's what I was going to ask you. What makes like a holistic nutritionist different from just like a regular nutritionist?
So what I do in my practice is that I focus on helping your body come into like a homeostasis through whole foods, like whole, natural, live foods.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's all about whole, natural, live foods.
Yep.
All about plant power.
Yep, exactly.
Yay,
eating
plant power.
Season and
all
just
of
what
that.
our body is naturally meant to do. So, yeah, that's what.
So that's also what you do.
Yeah.
Other than being awesome and my Woman Crush Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. Is Mike watching? Her husband? Is he watching?
Yeah,
he knows.
he
I
is.
tell
It's
him.
okay.
I already tell him. So who do we got? We got Cindy. Hey, ladies. Hey, Cindy. How's it going? So thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Today, we are going to be talking about your gut health.
Yeah.
All of this.
You
All of
little
this
tummy.
in here. All of this in here. Because there is so much more to learn about your gut than meets the eye.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you, well, you knew this because this is why I asked you to come with me. But I don't know if you guys know this at home. However, your gut health is really, really important for so many different facets of your life. The one that is intriguing me is your intimate lifestyle, your sex life, right? That is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how your gut and going and eating for your gut and taking care of your gut and doing all that gut stuff is actually super good for your sex life.
Yep.
Who knew?
Right?
Right? So let's talk about it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start with, because it was funny, because as I was doing a little bit of research and like we were talking and that kind of thing, I'm learning some stuff. So the first question is, what is your gut?
So what is your gut? So
what is your gut?
Right? It's kind of like that key term that you kind of hear, like people kind of say, like your gut, your stomach, your gut. They're kind of like interchangeable, I guess.
All of that.
So your key, like your gut is your key to your health.
Okay.
So it's really, when I work with clients one-on-one, the first thing that really like I'll address and that will show up on like their assessments are gastrointestinal system. So if you...
Is that like one of the most common things you see? Like gastrointestinal system is like... Lights. Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff, you know, if your stomach is going to be affected, then it's going to affect your liver, your kidneys, the absorption, digestion of minerals, vitamins, everything day to day, like chemicals, everything. So yeah, it's really like the key to your health. And so once you kind of start to, focus on your gut health, then a lot of things really start to kind of come into homeostasis, start to balance out for you, where we might not have noticed. So maybe a little bit like of inflammation, everything from like inflammation, Alzheimer's,
IBS.
What else?
Like your
Autism,
mental health, autism, right? Hippocrates said, he says, all disease begins in the gut. So if you're not feeling the best, if you're not, if your arousal is out of whack, if you're just feeling a little bit lethargic, if things just aren't feeling balanced, you might want to start by taking a look at your gut, because disease is dis-ease, right? It's that whole uncomfortability. It's like all of that's going on.
Imbalance of your like internal atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Right? Like you have your external, and then you have your internal world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? So what is the gut? Let's talk about like what exactly is like all the gut.
So, so we
got notes.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure we have you guys right information. We have notes for you.
Exactly. So, your gut contains more microbial genes than is contained in your human genes also. So there's trillions of microbials, obviously, that we just talked about that can help with digestion, absorption. It's the powerhouse of your immune system.
The powerhouse. The powerhouse of your immune system, guys. This is why this is so important to talk about, right? This is why you're seeing people drink kombucha, eat kimchi.
Your prebiotics, your
probiotics, whatever the difference is between all of those things.
So like your prebiotics would be like your, what do I have? Bananas, asparagus.
So what's a prebiotic? Tell them, what's a prebiotic?
So it's something that helps with your immune system.
Yeah.
And then it'll help with your gut flora. So, and then there's like your probiotics, so it's really great for your immune system, your digestion. So 70% of your immune system is in your intestinal system.
Oh.
Also. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we're not feeling well, so if we're depressed, our susceptibility to illnesses, diseases, not being able to eliminate properly also. So, right?
I love how she said that so classically, right? Eliminate properly. I'm talking about you gotta poop, and you have problems pooping, right? Gut health, problem. Now we have a question. Do you mind if we go to a question quick? Yeah. So we have a question here. The question says, first of all, do you know what the fat, sick, and nearly dying diet is?
No.
Oh, so it says I have a question. What do you think or feel about the fat, sick, and nearly dying diet? Basically, juicing all of your fruits and veggies and drinking water to reboost your entire system. Yeah.
So, definitely, there's benefits to what you can hear is your cleansing, your detoxing, all of that. But you have to be really mindful of, because each body is different. So just because we're going to juice and we're going to eliminate the fiber, we're eliminating the pulp. If we have issues with our blood sugar, stabilizing our blood sugar, so is it really beneficial to do a complete juice cleanse with water? We have to be really mindful, because when we're detoxing the toxins, we're not going to fully eliminate all the toxins. Some of them are going to be recirculated back into our bloodstream. So we have to be really mindful, because we can end up feeling sick before we feel better.
Okay.
Also, so I would say really research.
Yeah.
Just because too much of a good thing can be a bad thing.
Also true. Everything has to be in balance, right? Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Yeah. And when it comes to juices and cleanses and detoxes and all of these fad trendy words that people are talking about, and there is some merit to some of them. And sometimes we're just juicing, we're cleansing and detoxing ourselves to death, really.
And even if you're taking the word cleansing and we're toxic and we're trying to get ourselves better, even looking at the terminology, because we're trying to turn it into self-love, right? Because we're not toxic. We're not toxic.
Well, we're not. I've met some. I've met some of you toxic people out there.
We're trying to heal ourselves, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to get our moods. We're trying to, be happier, help with our serotonin production. So it also starts with, place of self-care. So definitely, like, I've juiced before.
Yeah.
I have a juicer that I use at home too.
Totally.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I also use the pulp and then juices.
Ooh,
so
what do you use the pulp for?
I'll like fry it up and make a little patty. Yeah, and use it in salads.
That's a great idea.
You can feed your birds with it. My dog really loves the pulp.
The pulp.
Yeah, you can put it in their food. And then I also put it back in my juice. So I'll stir a little bit back in to kind of help with my blood sugars.
Yeah.
Just so they don't drop throughout the day.
Nice.
But it really does allow it gives your digestive system, your gut, a break from having to overwork and having to digest food constantly.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm a fan of intermittent fasting, so if you want to look some of that stuff up, I like doing a little bit of intermittent fasting every once in a while, just to kind of give my digestive system a bit of a break, chill it out, right? I also love using activated charcoal as well, digestive enzymes, all of that good stuff too. Yeah. But it's about a balance, guys, right? So when you're talking about like detoxing, cleansing, doing all of that stuff, it's kind of that idea of like that North American, like, treat the symptom, not the what is it? What's the saying? When we treat the symptom, but we don't change like our behavior first, right? If you change your behavior first, if you eating clean, if you're eating whole foods, eating vegetables, eating your fruits, getting that kind of balanced diet, eliminating processed foods, right? Your need for a cleanse or a detox significantly decreases. Yeah. Right? Because you're already putting good, clean food in your body. Yeah. Right? So when people are like, I need a detox, I'm like, well, what did you do to get there? Exactly. Right? That's what I want to know. Yeah.
So it goes down to, like, emotional eating.
Emotional eating.
We're going to go right back to the whole serotonin production. Right?
Yes. Okay.
So it's going to go all the way
back to that.
So
absolutely.
I don't know if that answers the question.
Totally.
But
Chris got it. Right, Chris? You got this. Okay, so let's talk about, so the gut includes the small intestine, the large intestine, the colon, and the esophagus. Right here.
Yep, like for churning, like helping it like move down.
Because it like crunches it all around, like moves it, right? You said the word now. It's like on the top of my tongue. Yes, masticate.
I'm gonna turn.
Masochism is something else.
Which word is it?
Masochism is what I talk about, Kelly. Masticating might be what you talk about.
They might go hand in hand.
It might go hand in hand. Okay, so your gut microbiome, I love that word. Your gut microbiome contains more bacteria than any other place in your body, right? Yes. Love to our guts.
Yes, exactly.
Right? More than any other place in your body. It's a complex circuitry of cells, living bacteria, and it largely influences so many things, such as your mental state and your libido. Yes. And we're going to talk about why. Yeah. Right? Because the gut is considered your second brain. And I don't know if you knew this, but your gut is actually considered your second brain. And I want you to explain why, because you gave me this great, like, you were like, it goes this way, not this way. And I was like, what? Mind blown. Like, explain to them, tell them, why is your gut considered the second brain?
Yeah, so it's been said that your gut is the home to, I've read anywhere between 80 to 95% of your serotonin levels. So that your brain is responsible for about 2% of your serotonin levels for happiness.
Is okay.
2%.
So first of all, when we're talking about serotonin, so serotonin, neurotransmitter, right? Yeah. It is the neurotransmitter that is associated most often with our mood and the enhancement of our mood, all of that kind of stuff, right? Our mood, stability, joyfulness, our mental state, all of that kind of stuff, right? So when you think neurotransmitter, you're thinking in your brain, right? Most of us think that. Yep. However,
it's actually your gut that actually signals up to your brain for our mood. So we would think that we're hungry, so we think that we're hungry. We think that but it's actually our gut that's signaling to our brains this way. So there's 100 million neurons.
Did you guys hear that? For those of you who don't know, did you hear that? So it's not your brain is being like, I'm hungry, or your brain is saying like, I don't feel the best, or your brain is saying all these things. What is happening is your gut, this little bucket of joy right here, right? Where 80 to 90% of the neurotransmitter serotonin is processed, right? Is actually telling you what's going on.
Exactly. So
80 to 90% is produced in your gut of your serotonin, your mood. So anyways, I got really excited about
butterflies,
that.
Right? Butterflies in our stomach. We talked about that earlier.
Butterflies in
right?
our stomach. Oh yeah, when you meet someone new and you're like, oh, butterflies.
Right? It's our internal signal signaling to your brain. So it's actually part of the physiological response to what's going on around you. So it's actually your internal, your stomach to your brain. So it really is like butterflies in your stomach, and to really pay attention. When we're eating foods that we know that might not be healthy for us, or if a food just doesn't feel right in our stomach, right? So if it's just we might get a little shaky, or we might I notice that my heart beats really fast.
When you eat really shitty food?
When I eat really, even healthy foods, that my body, my stomach is no, because cells have memory also. So if we're eating in times of, if we're driving and eating, or if we're, we have to eat in a really, big hurry, so not being, mindful and present and allowing our food, so we're creating a stress response. So our cells, I remember, we're young and we're upset, and our mom's like, here's a cookie.
I love cookies.
To make you feel better.
Kelly, I'm going to tell you, I love cookies so much.
It's 80-20 also. It's 80-20.
It is. It's 80-20. Okay, so if I'm upset and I eat a cookie, you're telling, I apologize.
That's okay.
What is that doing?
So our cells have memory to that. So our body could respond in that stressful manner also, because it remembers periods of time when we've ate food in those pure states of mind.
So does that mean even when I eat a cookie when I'm happy, my body will go into a stress zone?
See, that's the thing. I don't know, because I've heard if you're happy, if you're upset and you're eating something, then the chances of having an allergic response to it, but a sensitivity, a food sensitivity to it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No more cookies when I'm sad. That's just how that's going to go. No more cookies when I'm sad. Only cookies when I'm happy. I love cookies. Yeah. I love cookies. Guys, I think I might like cookies more than tacos.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Cookie.
Are there cookie tacos?
Oh, you could totally make.
There's taco ice cream. There's a new taco ice cream place, and I'm really excited. More on that later.
Sorry. That's our stomach.
More on that later. Yeah. So, okay. So we talked about the gut. We talked about what it is. We've talked about what good gut health is and what it looks like. Yeah. We talked about how the gut is the second brain. Consider your second brain. We're talking about serotonin and how serotonin, the majority, about 80 to 90% of it, is actually produced in your gut, not in your brain. So your mood is actually heavily influenced by your gut health, right? And that's why you're seeing all this big influx of people talking about your gut needing to be really healthy, really strong, and actually paying attention to your stools, right? Your poops. Pay attention to your poop. Your poop will tell you what is going on in your body, right? And if
colors, shape,
colors,
there's books, right? And kids books.
There's a kids book. Isn't it everybody poops?
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
The squatty potty.
I love the squatty potty.
Yeah.
I love the squatty potty. It is fantastic. Look it up if you don't know what the squatty potty is. There's a great commercial that they do. They did this great promo thing about the squatty potty.
I don't know. What do phone books exist? I don't know.
Do they make phone books still? Can somebody answer if they make phone books still? Because we don't know, but we want to know. We want to know. I don't know. I just joined Snapchat this week. I'm learning. Do you have Snapchat? Yeah. Are you okay?
I love it.
I don't know.
We'll snap later.
Are we gonna snap later?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Just joined. I'm learning. Don't follow me. I don't know what I'm doing yet. It's fun. Anyways, so let's talk about then how your gut is actually related to your sexual health and how it's related to the impact of your libido and orgasmic capacity, right? Mm-hmm. So a good gut actually means that you will have a better libido and potentially more intense orgasms.
Amazing.
Right? Which is, and it's because of serotonin.
Yeah.
Right? So, serotonin is going to enhance your orgasms, right? Serotonin is the mood lifter, right? That's its primary job, is to affect our moods.
Yeah.
However, outside of the nervous system, it actually acts to control and improve blood flow to your genital area. I don't know if you guys knew this. It's like mind blown a little bit, right? So serotonin not only makes you feel better, but it increases your blood flow to your genitalia. And if you watch, you guys know that blood flow to your genitalia means bigger, better, awesome orgasms. Woo! Right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Eat your veggies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drink your I think I have that on a kombucha bottle.
I need to make sexy kombucha.
I think so.
I think we just came up with a business idea. Sexy kombucha.
Look at all the happy faces. They're like, yeah.
Sexy. I'm calling Booch tomorrow. Guys, we need to make a Dr. Carlen sexy kombucha so that people start having better gut health and have better orgasms. Mm-hmm. I mean, just like everything. Everything is attached to that. So when your serotonin levels are a little bit, amiss, when they're a little bit misaligned, when your gut health isn't necessarily the best, that not only means that your mood is going to be impacted and affected, but also your sex life is going to be impacted and affected as well, right? So just something to pay attention to, because the majority of serotonin, and we're just recapping here, the majority of serotonin is actually produced in your gut, not in your brain, even though it is considered a neurotransmitter. Ha!
Yeah. It's like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. We're learning shit.
Right? It's independent from your brain and your spinal cord, right? All the neurons also. So roughly 40 neurotransmitters, 95% of the fibers carry signals from the gut to the brain as opposed to. So 95% of the signals. That's when we went back to the signaling from the gut to the brain. That's what I had. I'm like, where was that?
Yeah, that's okay. They're learning. We're learning. We're all learning. So one of the interesting things, though, is that even if you gave yourself like a boost of serotonin, so too much serotonin can actually, like you were saying, have an adverse effect. Just like a juice or cleanser or detox, right, can have like an adverse effect and actually lead you to trigger digestive systems like diarrhea, cramping, nausea, right? Because it's that stress response.
Yeah, usually IBS is due to an overflood of serotonin.
Let's talk about that. Did you guys hear that? IBS is due to an overflood of
serotonin in your digestive system, like in your
So because I know that there is a ton of people watching right now who have IBS. I know it. And some of them are my friends. I know you guys, and I'm like, drink kombucha, eat kimchi, all the things, right? So let's talk about IBS. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Do you know, so how do we balance IBS, or how do we try to balance IBS then?
I mean, you have to be really mindful about the foods that you're having. So going back to the probiotics and the prebiotics.
Probiotics, prebiotics.
Being really mindful of the amount of fibers and the type of fibers we're gonna be putting in, because we don't want to have too much because it's already irritable. So that is more gelatin. So leaky gut syndrome.
Somebody asked about that, so I'm glad you're talking about leaky gut syndrome right now. Yes.
Yeah, so helps to heal the integrity of your stomach lining.
Yeah.
Also. With that. And so does the agar, the vegan gummies that I make also.
Yeah.
Help to heal the integrity of your stomach lining. So anything like collagen, so bone broth.
Bone broth. I love bone broth.
It's so soothing and warming.
Yeah.
And it's great to help with that. So looking for foods that are really soothing to the lining of your stomach, so aloe.
Okay, so if you have IBS, then does that mean essentially that your digestive tract is probably incredibly irritated?
Yes.
And you have a big increase of serotonin. Yep. So the key to IBS then is not to try and intake more fiber. It's actually less fiber and a different kind of fiber. Am I hearing that right?
Yeah. So
ish.
Yeah, just making sure. I mean, going back to when we're talking about eating raw vegetables all the time, right?
Yeah.
So we can tend to go to things that are really in extremes, right? So we're just gonna eat salads because it's clean eating.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, that will just irritate and inflame, and if we're not having proper elimination, also.
Yeah. Well, so here's a question. The question is, so then what is easier to digest? Raw or cooked veg? Cooked veg.
So, I mean, lightly steamed.
Lightly steamed. There we go.
Yep.
So if you have IBS,
blanching.
a quick blanch is probably the better way.
Yeah, like softer vegetables. There's some pretty good like recipes that you can get online for like diets that it's called the Gap.
The Gap.
The Gap diet.
The
So
Gap.
that will
Not
help,
like the place that makes jeans.
Nope. Not the place that I went into today.
So okay.
So bone broths, like lightly like softer foods. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So one of the other reasons why I wanted to bring Kelly on today was because other than I love her, she has this amazing product that I am obsessed with right now. So obsessed.
Delish.
They're super delish, and they're called. Yeah, let's sit close because we're gonna show some stuff off. So, yeah, oh my god, we're good. We're super good. So, Kelly here has a product called Kelly's Jellies.
My jellies.
The my jellies. So, and this is how I started thinking about. I was like, okay, gut health in relation to your intimate lifestyle. Yeah. What is that like? Then we came across, how gut health is like your second brain. Gut health is the production of serotonin. And then I was like, who would be really awesome to talk about this stuff? And then I was like, her, because I eat all of her things.
I got candy.
And she brings candy, right? Like, guys, I mean, life, this is amazing. Yeah. So let's talk about Kelly's Jellies. What are, let's show them off. Let's show what Kelly's Jellies are. These are Kelly's Jellies, and I'm going to eat one. Yeah. Because I can.
They're super delish. So I have some stars. So I make them in little, I don't know if you can see them. And those little hearts.
A little heart? Yeah. Pretty little heart.
Or I'm like,
which kind is this? This is watermelon.
This is watermelon lemonade.
Watermelon lemonade.
Yep, I try and use as organic as possible. I've used Booch kombucha for my probiotic gummies. So a once a day, keep them in your fridge. It's awesome. Instead of taking supplements after supplements after supplements, this isn't a supplement, but I mean you're gonna make it with kombucha. Then you're getting your probiotics and you're eating a quick candy, and it literally turns to juice in your mouth. So it's so good. An explosion of deliciousness. It's pretty good. Yeah.
So are these ones like a probiotic or a prebiotic? Or are these just a good for your gut?
Yeah, it's just good for you. So it's gonna help soothe your intestinal lining. So it's gonna help with the integrity of your stomach. So the gelatin.
Okay, so that's what these do.
But it also has agar in it.
Ooh, so let's show them agar. Agar powder. So let's talk about what agar is. What is agar?
So agar is.
I'm eating another one. Yeah, they're good.
It's seaweed. Essentially, that's what it is. So it's plant cellulose.
Agar is seaweed.
Yeah.
That's the easy way.
Marine red algae. So from what I've read online, it's a combination of seaweed, but this one is red algae. So it's high. What do I have? High in calcium. It's high in iron. Nice. So if you're a vegan, I mean those are definitely essential nutrients to get, and easy on your stomach, and iron supplements that we might be taking that might cause constipation, have the adverse side effects to that. And then there's also...
Well, I take iron supplements, and then I also take magnesium as well to kind of help with that.
My magnesium.
But she has some. Look at that. I love it so much. This is amazing. Okay, so what else is in these Kelly's Jellies?
So I use gelatin. Then I use agar, and then it's just fruit juice.
And fruit juice.
That's it. So
gelatin.
Yeah.
And she makes them vegan and non-vegan.
Vegan, non-vegan.
As organic as possible.
Yep. And I'll add unpasteurized honey to them if they need sweetened. So I'll do a tart cherry. So tart cherry is excellent for people that have inflammation or gout, dark cherry juice or tart cherry juice. Sorry.
Tart cherry juice is good for gout.
It's recommended for gout.
What is gout?
So it's the formation of the crystals that forms in your...
What kind of...
I can never say.
No, it's okay.
Really.
Is it from... It's from eating too much meat.
Too much meat. So
yeah. So you get...
crystallizes. So
your toe goes crazy.
Meat, cheese, and beer.
Meat, cheese, beer, too much of that, and your toe's going to feel like it's going to fall off.
It can swell up to your leg.
It's going to... And it can... And if you're left untreated...
It's painful. fairly painful.
Yeah.
Debilitating. Like for some people, for sure. So they often recommend tart cherry juice. It's very, very, very tart. So I do add unpasteurized honey, so that will help like balance your blood sugar levels, so you're not getting anything that ends in like os. Right? It's like when I look at anything.
No, it's great. So don't get anything that ends in os, or get all the things that end in os.
Well, it's like all the sugar, like
like glucose, fructose, sucrose.
Yeah, and I'm like,
all of those oses.
Yeah.
But cellulose.
Yes, which is the good part.
Which is a good os, right? But or just use agar, because at least agar is plant based.
Yep.
Which is really great.
Use the honey, which is
I love honey.
Yeah, it's so delicious. So
that's like my barrier to like full on veganism is honey.
Yeah.
Like cheese, I get nuts for cheese. Like I'm happy about cheese. You know what I mean? Honey.
Like it's great for your immune system. So I mean, there's so many benefits just like in one little gummy. So if you're gonna, have like the tart cherry, so you're getting the honey for your immune system, the tart cherry for inflammation. You're getting the gelatin to help with your intestinal integrity. So when you're eating day to day, you're going to be able to digest foods easier. So I mean, you're going to like that hangry, right? The hangry feeling. So we're going to be able to assimilate our food and digest them properly. So I mean, there's just so many pieces to it.
There's so many things. Yeah. There's so many pieces to it, right? And that's why now I ate 4 of these, which means I'm gonna have an excellent bowel movement later.
Which is like usually because it is fruit. So I'm like, okay, so fruit is like can be cleansing on your stomach. So especially like with the magnesium, because that helps with
magnesium citrate, right?
Yeah.
Because there's 2 different types of magnesium. There's magnesium citrate, and then there's magnesium calcite.
Yeah.
That's a crystal.
Caltrate.
I was like, calcite? No, that's a crystal. Thanks. Also something awesome I love. However, magnesium caltrate and magnesium citrate. And I use the magnesium citrate. It's also cheaper. Yeah. But my system seems to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Some people just runs through their system when they take magnesium, but I take it because I take a lot of vitamins, and one of them is iron. So because I take an iron supplement, I take the magnesium citrate to kind of help push it through my system. However, there's all these beautiful, wonderful people who've eaten your gummies who are saying that they love it. There's Emily who said that she's had lots of your jellies, and Melissa and Rhonda, I fed them your jellies today. You? Yeah. I was like, you guys have to eat these.
Yeah. Don't even ask.
Yeah. My friends trust me when I put things in their bodies. It's great. That sounds really bad.
At least they trust you. Later when they're like having upset tummies.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Why did I trust her?
Darn
That's okay. Yeah. But they're amazing. So Kelly's jelly. So where can they connect with you to buy a jar of your Kelly's jellies?
Yeah,
because they're so good.
And they're so fun to make. Like, I don't know, like it really just kind of stimulates like that inner child piece of it, because like I just put them into like little molds. Here, this is just like a little example.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and then I just pour each one into a little mold and let it set. So I just sell them like off of my Facebook page, so the Travelling Yogini. So really just shoot me a message. I make them each week because a jar of the jellies, because it is fruit juice. So sometimes I'll use like pulp and press, like their cold pressed juices. Nice. My favorite, FYI, pulp and press. I love you. So they last up to 2 to 3 weeks in your refrigerator. Keep them in your refrigerator because they might melt otherwise. Yeah, you have to keep them in your fridge. Yep. And then you can just shoot me a message, and then on my Facebook page, I usually put out about 3 flavors that I make each week, and I sell them in small and medium jars, and I'm in London quite frequently. So I'll deliver them. I love meeting people and like watching them like eat the jelly like for the first time, and like just like how their faces like respond, and it's like that first bite. It's like it's almost like really intimate.
Like they're so fun though. Like look at this is fun, right? This is good for your gut. This is good for your sex life, and like. Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to put this in? Oh.
And they just bounce everywhere.
Why wouldn't you want to put them anywhere?
How it goes in my house.
Yeah. I don't know if I should eat anymore. The problem is that these taste like candy. So I'm like, let's just eat like 10.
Yep. The magnesium ones.
Okay, one more.
They're pretty delicious.
And then you're going to have to take them away. You're going to have to take them away from me. Because I think I've had now 5.
Yeah. That's okay. There's like good candy. And then you're getting like your fruit. I'll use like a greens juice. So if you're
so you make a greens juice one. You make a tart cherry one. This is the watermelon lemonade.
Watermelon lemon. I've done coconut pineapple. Orange juice. What else?
That's awesome.
Yeah, the raspberry lemon magnesium is very popular. I've had claims of people that have had like digestive issues in the past, and they're like, I noticed a huge difference like once I've started like eating the jellies. So it's a combination of factors, right? We're being more mindful of what we're putting into our bodies. So we're making healthy decisions, and this is like, it's not a chore like to eat healthy when it comes in like a delicious shape. So we're not having to like go and like prepare a big salad, and it's like a process. You can just open up a jar and eat like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And it's great.
And they're robot shapes.
Yeah,
her robot shapes are really cute. Hearts, stars, all of that.
Dinosaurs.
And it makes gut health fun.
Yep.
Right? Which is really, really great. And helps reduce your inflammation. It helps get your flora and back in check, your gut flora. And it helps heal your gut. So let's give them, before we wrap up, let's give everyone some other tips as to how else you can start today to heal your gut. So let's talk about that. Okay. So we talked about fiber. So let's talk, first of all, let's talk about fiber. So we talked about fiber, and we talked about how, especially if you do suffer from IBS, fiber might not necessarily actually be your friend because it does actually irritate your lining. However, fiber is also your best friend for most of us, right?
Yep, exactly. So, we want to eat like in a quiet, mindful space. So we're not increasing that hydrochloric acid in our stomach that we can overproduce when we're worked up and stressed out, which can damage the flora in our stomach as well. So once the flora is damaged, so they're like little feeders. So once they're like damaged, the protein, instead of being absorbed and processed, gets into your bloodstream, causes inflammation throughout your body. So like arthritis, eczema. So
people who suffer from arthritis or eczema, that might have to do with that. Most likely start with your gut.
With your gut, yeah. Like acidic foods, like white sugar. That just strips your nervous system.
It does.
Right? Depletes all your B vitamins. There's so many like components to it. So just eating in a mindful state. Yep.
Is really important to not stimulate your fight or flight response system, right?
Drinking water.
Drinking a ton of water.
Yep.
Hunting spring water with me.
Yeah, I saw your post. I was like, I've never gone. I'm like, it's like so good. Like I just want to.
You should go.
Yes, definitely.
Oh my goodness, we're going spring water hunting. To be determined. So another way you can heal your gut is eliminate processed foods. Eliminate processed foods.
Yep. Anything that comes like in a box, right? So we have like our fast food. We live in a fast-paced world. That's just the kind of the reality of how things go day to day. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we have the choice. So making sure that we have healthy, natural, whole foods on hand all the time. So we're not giving in to that because it's so convenient. So just eliminating the processed foods because it's not like you're not getting nutrients. There's no nutrients in
that
what
stuff.
you eat. And half the time stuff is going to be filled with foods that cause allergies too. So they've done, what is it, CB? I don't know, a radio station, I think. I can't remember. They did a research study on like even like chicken, and it wasn't actually all chicken, it was mostly soy.
Oh, that was like chicken strips.
Yeah,
like chicken strips and stuff. Yeah, like no.
So even when we
that's
think
not real
that
chicken.
When it's fast food, so ultimately we have the say in it. So just eliminating like our process.
So checking your fiber intake, making sure that you're getting the right kind of fiber for you, whether that is a raw food diet or a blanched soft food kind of diet, which they're all really great.
Smoothies,
juices, right? We're not, detox and cleanses and all that, like, okay, sure, you want to do that. Maybe you want to kickstart a little bit, but it's about what goes into your body first. It's not about treating the symptom, right? It's about eliminating the behavior before you get to that part where you're experiencing those symptoms, right? So also, drinking a ton of water.
Yep. Before meals, but a half an hour before we eat.
Before.
Not during, because you're gonna, so it affects your digestive system when we're drinking too much water, like when we're drinking water while we're eating. So
why is that?
So it affects your hydrochloric acid in your stomach and everything that helps with like the breakdown of food. So typically, if we are actually feeling hungry, we're oftentimes dehydrated even. So having a glass of water a half an hour before a meal, because we might not actually be hungry, we might actually just be dehydrated. So making sure that we drink water before meals, not during, so we can get the full absorption and yeah. There
you go. I didn't know that. Now you know. Now you know and I know. Now we all know, because I drink a ton of water when I eat. And we're going to talk about it after.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get in trouble a little bit after, but that's okay. Also, keeping a healthy, active lifestyle, whatever that level of active looks like for you, and getting sleep. Getting however much sleep is right for your body can also impact your gut health. So, what did we learn? We learned A, Kelly's jellies are the best. Let's show off some of Kelly's jellies again. I'm not going to eat anymore because I've had a lot of them. Oh my god, I ate them all. I hate them all. But these are Kelly's jellies. Well, these are some of Kelly. These are the watermelon lemonade. If you want to get some of your own Kelly's jellies, make sure you check it out. I linked her in the post all day today, in the post today. Just send her a message. She's really nice.
Shoot me a message. I'll drop them off to you. We can talk about it. Gut health, anything, really, yoga.
All of that. Yoga, holistic nutrition, all of that good stuff, right? Super babe. Just saying. Also, we talked about how your gut health is directly linked to your libido and the blood circulation that gets to your genitals and your serotonin, which is actually 80% developed in your gut. So, and that's where our mental health is going. So if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling a lot of different types of mental health symptoms, if you're not able to be aroused as often as you thought that you may have been before, right? If you're not able to climax or have an orgasm as easy as you were before, it all can be linked back to your gut health. So drink the kombucha, eat the kimchi, take the pre and probiotics, do all of those things, buy some of Kelly's jellies.
Give your stomach some love.
And give your stomach some love.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. That's all we want to talk about.
Awesome.
Thank you, Kelly, so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
We love you guys. Thank you. Happy guts and happy hearts to all of you. Mwah. Bye.